That's not that I got the really bad numbers when I was saying the thing about like if someone curious like because the sector I come from like is there are they racist up there? The reason I even say it like why am I telling you something like that? Because I the misconception that because of like I said because there are people that just like have a big house and probably in debt but like flaunt their money or something that those people probably are like I don't know what they're like actually but I'm saying like it would be good for people to know who are like up coming up in the world that no like did were they do like I don't know, build a business, make a lot of money or something. That no, I mean, did that sort of part of the society where people may come from and stuff like. No, they're not racist. I mean, that would maybe you know that, but I don't know who you're showing this to. And a lot of our thing has to do with race. Like, well, what would I see? That's the part that's thing. You like provoke responses from me about that, and it's so interesting. Like they're like tests to see if the person's a racist. So it's worth telling you like where I come from. They're not. I mean, there is this limousine liberal thing, but that's like I don't know what that is. They're like they are. I don't really understand such people. They're harming everyone, but they're not. Well, they're not racist. They are though, but in this way that's not. It's not called racism. It's who the fuck knows what they're into. Oh, by the way, that's one thing you signal. I know what you signaled me about. Right. When I made the video about like what that woman who's a black conservative said about the Democratic Party, okay, that it's not helping black people and stuff like that. Wait a minute. One of the things is neither party is like the party that as far as like helping poor black people or something. Well, no, neither party can take the claim to that. But there's this one party that's part of their like bullshit is that they're like gonna help black people. The Republican Party doesn't pose as I mean they don't there's no the Democratic Party pretense of like they help black people and that's why you should vote for them. That's like untrue and like the way in which they see black people has been around half the time when you meet them. In a way, like it's not, but they haven't really helped. But right, the Republican Party doesn't have a pretense of that. It's a certain kind of party, this and that, but they don't like. Neither party is like help. It would in reality it's like helpful to poor black people. But one of them like poses that Clinton like they said he was the first black president. Like that's not funny. I mean the harm he came to the black people when he was president was like. It's a nightmare. It started mass incarceration. Why is he the first black president? That's not funny. But then see that kind of thing. But the Republican Party doesn't harm like but that's not that there's a lie in all that is what I'm getting at. Right. I mean there was the Republican Party and like they don't seem to have any ideas this time. But I mean they were right. They don't pretend to be like they're here to that's the party we help. Poor black people. But the Democratic Party does, and there's no indication of that. Certainly not in my lifetime. That mass incarceration started, at that time. So that's. I think you're signaling like, wait a minute. You're saying the Democratic Party like poses like the party poor black people should vote for, and that's not accurate. What do I say about the Republican Party? Well, no, the Republican Party is it's many things. No, they don't say like we're here. Poor black people should vote for us. Like we're here to help you. Like they don't say that. Is what I'm getting at. There are a lot of black conservatives that have an attitude towards the Democratic Party that they're like sort of lying when they say that then it's not they're not helping black people. But they don't say like join the Republican Party. That's why there's a lot of alternative movements of people who were Republican. They're in liberty movements. They're in this. There's I don't know. All different things are people who were Republican but are disillusioned with what they're doing. But no, I mean, there's a party that when people like voted for Bill Clinton, like poor black people, thinking like, right, it's the Democratic Party, like they help black people, and they structurally adjusted them on the economy. Like that's what we're saying. But no, my claiming the Republican Party is like helping poor black people, no. But that's neither. But that's that. But the people in the party who are like black intellectuals, they shouldn't be demonized. I mean, like the Clarence Thomas and the Condoleezza Rice, and they said like those college kids, the Democratic students or whatever. Yeah, I said, how do they perceive someone like Condoleezza Rice? And the answer is, oh, she's a Republican, she's bad or something. No, she's an expert on the Cold War. That's why she had that position. Like, what are they? Then I so she's a Republican. Oh, that's demented. I mean, people should know that a conservative, African American woman. What's going on there is that she's an expert on the Cold War. She did her doctoral thesis on it. That's why she's in the position she's in. People should know that. And that Clarence Thomas is the very. I mean, that's really, like, I've read a lot of his writing on things and stuff like that. I mean, that's so there's lies being told about African American conservatives that are like added to reality. I said, what would those Democrats, the students, while they're claiming the Democratic Party helps poor black people, what do they think of Condoleezza Rice? And the answer is they would just say she's a Republican. Like, don't listen to her. No, that's not. That if you're a racist, you might think, I don't know what you think, but no. She's an expert on the Cold War. That's why Bush put her in that position. It's the perfect expertise to have for a variety of reasons in the position she was in. But no, the Democratic students would say, like, they say bad things about her. They say bad things about Clarence Thomas. But what right do they have? Their party's been wrecking poor black people for. Clinton had 2 terms of it, I think. No. Anyway, that's enough. But I'm trying to help.